Hello, SeneGence sisters. My name is Beth Fries, and I have put together a few different charts and graphs to show you why your first order of the month needs to be at least 300 PV. Whether you are just starting out, congratulations, welcome to the journey. If you're just starting out, this is an awesome video for you to start with about learning about PV and how to place your orders each month. So this first slide is going over the Jumpstart program. So if you are a brand new distributor, this slide is for you. You are brand new, which means you are eligible to receive 50% off your first order of 300 PV. So once you hit 300 PV for the month, you get 50% off your cart, and that is huge. After your first 30 days, you will then have to place an order of 750 PV each month to earn that 50% off, and I'll go over that later as well. But this slide right here is going over Jumpstart. So on the left side here, let's see if I can, I don't think it'll let me. Okay, never mind. On the left side here, let's see, it is showing somebody that decides to place a 300 PV order over the course of several small orders. So they end up placing an order on the 3rd of whatever month, the 7th and the 12th, and eventually they hit 307.5 PV. So what this means is they're actually, like their first order of the month, they're only getting a 20% discount level because they're only at 37.5 PV. Now remember, PV is 50% of retail. So this is the equivalent of 75 PV or $75. Oh, we jumped ahead. There we go. So their second order for the month that they place on the 7th is a little higher, 232.5, which brings them up to a cumulative of 270 PV for the month. But that's not quite enough to get them to the 50% discount level, so this order is only at 30%. So they're going to pay $325.50 for this order of 232 PV. This has also been updated for shipping and handling, so it varies depending on how much PV is in the order. Then finally on the 12th, they hit the 307 PV with another small order, so they do get this little order off, 50% off. And then any additional orders that you would place through the month are also going to be at 50%. But for this demonstration, I have it broken down here. So for each of these orders, their cost is here based on the discount level that they're at. What they pay in shipping and handling is also here. And so if you take this PV number, multiply it by 2, and then subtract out your cost and your shipping and handling, this is the amount of money that you have left over in that scenario to make profit on. Now, if we jump over to the right side, this person is going to accumulate the same number of PV, 307.5, as the person on the left. The difference is they're going to do it in one order. So they're going to do one order of 307.5. This is a cumulative order of 307.5 for the month, which means they get 50% off that order. Their cost is 307.50. Their shipping and handling is 15.5, but they're going to be able to net $292 in profit because we're going to double this. 307.5, this is the equivalent to $615 in retail. So down here, it shows us a little, like a brief, you can see it. On the left here with 3 small orders that accumulate to 307.5, your total cost plus shipping and handling allows for about 25% profit, approximately. On the right, though, when you do it in one order, you are getting much more bang for your buck. you're getting about 50% total profit. And I have the shipping and handling it's red, but it's kind of faded out here because you should be able to recoup your shipping and handling fees if you are charging enough for shipping and handling out to your clients as well. So down here on the bottom, this shows you 3075 PV total. If you do it in 3 orders, your cost, your total shipping and handling, and your profit versus the 1 order and the difference. If you add up all of these numbers here and the difference, that is this amount here, $251. That's the amount of money that you are losing in this scenario by not just placing your first order of 300 PV right out the gate. By choosing to do it in smaller increments, you are literally throwing money away. So I would encourage you to make that jump up to the 300 right out the gate. For example, if we go back to the right here, this person here went from the 3rd to the 7th, 4 days. And then on the 7th, they were 30 PV away from hitting that 50% discount. That is a huge, it's just throwing money in the trash can. So make sure you're hitting 300 PV, especially your very first order within 30 days of signing up, so that you can hit this profit margin and get your business off to a good start. The next situation I want to talk about is the 750 PV. So after your first 30 days, in order to hit 50% off, you need to be placing an order of 750 PV. This is a lot. This can be a lot for some people. It is not undoable. Lots of distributors, even on my team, hit this regularly. If you are someone that is going to want to qualify for a car, you need to be ordering 750 PV for at least 3 months in a row prior to earning your car. And it also qualifies you to be a seller. So in these 2 examples, this person on the right is investing small amounts over the course of the month to finally hit their 750 PV. Whoops, sorry. Go back. There we go. The person on the left is going to hit 750 PV on their very first order of the month. Both of these situations, they're going to get to a total of 1,290 PV for the month. So it's broken down the exact same way as the last slide. So the total PV cumulative is along the top here. The order for each month is the second row, and the discount level based on the cumulative at the top is on this third row. The cost breakdown, shipping and handling, and then what your profit margin is per order. And then I've totaled it over here. So you can see that the person on the left, they get 20% off, and then 30% off, and then 40% off. And then finally they hit 50% off for the orders, the last 3 orders that they make of the month. Where this person on the right, they place their first order out the gate of 750 PV. They get 50% off that order. And then the other big thing to notice here, you guys, is shipping and handling is now free if you place a 750 PV order. So this shipping cost is 0, which may not sound big, but that's one less shipping cost over that they don't have over here. So, and they're going to get 50% off all of their orders for the rest of the month. So then I've totaled everything on the right side here. Sorry, it keeps jumping. And then again, at a glance, you can just see right off the bat, the person on the right is going to be making a total profit of they get about 2/3, I would say, where we're at basically 50% for the person on the right. So again, I've made this chart at the bottom. You can check my math if you wish, but based on these scenarios, the total cost for a cumulative 750 PV is here plus shipping and handling. They're paying a lot more in shipping and handling too. And the total profit that they would be then eligible to make versus if their first order is $750 PV for the month, you add up these differences, $380.50. You guys, that's a car payment. That's huge. That's money that you are throwing away if you choose to make small orders through SeneGence. So pre-selling, forcing yourself to get out there, like having stock on hand is a huge motivator to really sell it. So keep this in mind. This is again just a scenario, but it really does show what a difference making that bigger order right at the beginning of the month can make. So again, also after your first 30 days, starting over on the first of every month, everybody goes back to 0 PV for the month and everything starts over again. If 750 PV sounds like a lot to you, which it can totally be, and I get that, I would love for everybody, what a great goal is to at least aim for 40% off your order and 300 PV. 300 PV is a totally doable number. And if you are only selling lip scents, then you need to branch out a little bit more and start selling the rest of our products, because once you start selling the rest of the SeneGence line, hitting 300 PV a month it does not take much effort at all. It's totally doable because our products are totally worth it. So this is the very same situation as that first slide. The only difference is after your first 30 days, 300 PV is just 40% off, not the 50% off. But 40% off is still a really, really good deal. And it sure beats the heck out of 20% off. So, again, the person on the left does 3 small orders to finally hit that 300 number. The person on the right does a 300 PV order right out the gate, and they get 40% off. You can see right off, and it's pretty close to that first slide. Total profit about 25% here, and then you get about 2/3 if you do a bigger order, or 40%. And then down at the bottom here, I've totaled it up for you so you can see the difference. So it's about $200 of profit, pure profit, that you are throwing away if you choose not to make a 300 PV order right out the gate. Again, this is based on this scenario. Everybody's numbers are going to be different, but I see this happen all the time, even in my own downline, where they make little tiny orders and then eventually by the end of the month they've hit 300 PV, and it just kills me because if they would have just placed a 300 PV order right at the beginning, they would be able to make so much more money based on their investment because of the different discount levels. So I hope this makes sense. I will post these graphs or the charts in the comments so that you can share them and study them a little bit more if you would like. But keep in mind that 300 PV order is so important to hit as your first order out the gate. And if you are striving or know that you're going to have a rockin' month, or you're striving for SeneCar or SeneSeller, and you're working towards 750 PV, then you should just be hitting that right out the gate every month, because that is where you're going to get the most for your money. So thanks for watching. I hope this made sense, and go get it. Bye.